Okay, here's a restoration of a 1950s Dinky toy Wolseley 68 police car, and I usually do not do Dinky toys, but there you see it. Very odd with those speakers on top. Really strange. And here's the car I got from my wife's uncle, and it's late 50s. And that little man there, that little policeman, we'll do him in another video, but he makes an appearance here. And it's not in bad structurally. It's not really in bad shape, but wow, it's being played with and it's being bonked around, and the tires are mismatched and torn, and so here we gotta take the bottom off, just like all Dinky toys. You've got to drill that bit out. And it looks on the bottom, it looks pretty good. But we're gonna kind of sand it down and clean it up and paint it. Here we are with the paint remover. And it just takes some elbow grease after putting the paint remover on there. These old toys had some really good paint on that. It just doesn't want to come off, probably full of lead. And then once you've done that, you got to go over it with some steel wool and get all the little bits and pieces out and make it ready for painting. And there it is, and it's looking pretty good. I'm going to put some Hammerite on it. Hammerite, it's easy, it just goes on bare metal, it looks good, it's shiny, and then a miracle occurs because I forgot to video the painting. So suddenly it is painted. Here we go. And I didn't paint it here in silver there. I used zinc. Somehow I thought that was a little bit more sort of like a toy. And maybe you could see in the reference photo at the beginning, right on the grill of this thing is police. And that was not on the original toy. Not much was on the original toy. Dinky Toys or Tootsietoys, they don't have a lot of, they have some casting detail, but they don't have a lot of other detail on them. So I put that little police thing there, and then later I'll come back and put one on the back as well. But police, I think police thing on the back, right there on the back bumper. Right now I'm just chroming it up with a chrome pen. I think I need some new ones. My chrome pens are not that great. And I found something strange. Of all the nerd things you can buy online, you cannot buy those speakers that sit on top. So I'm going to have to manufacture my own speakers. You can buy any size, a little plastic propeller. You can buy all kinds of other stuff. You can't buy these speakers. So I'm just taking some tubing and I'm going to slice and dice here and then put them together with some milliput, which is stuff that dries so hard that you could repair your car's exhaust with it. This stuff here. And you just squish it up, and then I'll squish it, and now it's an epoxy, it's a compound. I put the two speakers on either side, and I gotta let it dry out, and then we'll paint that. I also painted that zinc. For the toy, it's zinc. On the actual police car, it was black, so I went with zinc, or a silver color. And here I am putting the decal on the back. Of course, with the police car, you had a license plate that they could sort of put that thing on, but here I don't have that. I found some imperfections in the paint there and took care of that. Here I'm putting a little post so that I can put it on top of the car, and here I just used some wood. I painted it silver and put some epoxy glue there, got it all together. That looks about right. Gonna bore it out just a little bit just so that the CA glue I use here comes in contact with the metal. Make sure it's just right. Put some final touches on the wheels, a little bit of chrome, and it's done. And there it is. And those speakers on the top, they are not quite perfect, but it's not bad. It gets the job done. and it was a really fun thing to do. I usually do Tootsietoys, and this is my first Dinky toy. And it looks okay. It looks, I mean, it's ready to be played with again. And looking very much like it did coming out of the box way back in, I don't know, 1959, 1958, 59, something like that. So thank you so much for watching this restoration of a Dinky toy.